How you doing, YouTuber? Stash back with another, hopefully good, weird vlog, because that's what I'm about. I'm about weirdness. I'm about talking about stuff you're not supposed to talk about, I guess. So, this vlog is about, are we living in a simulacrum? Are we living in a fake world? This stuff that used to be sort of the stuff of science fiction is now being addressed by the big minds, the big brains. Stephen Hawking, Dr. Michio Kaku, talking about the physics involved, quantum physics and what have you, in parallel universes and so forth. Now the super businessman, the man that wants to go to the moon, right out of Prometheus, the movie, private businessmen, Elon Musk, Superbrain, is talking about the fact that we live in a computer simulation, and that's what our reality really is. We are living in a world that is made by a computer, presumably a quantum computer. That was my last vlog. Is the U.S. behind in quantum computing? Has China already built one, or does the U.S. already have one? This has also been the stuff of sci-fi novels in Hollywood for a long time. Philip K. Dick, The Simulacrum, and the French philosopher who the Wachowski brothers based much of the Matrix on. I never pronounce his name right. Baldu, who wrote the Simulation and the Simulacrum. Being that, and I'm not going to say that I've understand the book in its entirety, his Simulacrum, but the way I broke down the essence of it is a lot of our lives, we go to museums and we see mannequin versions of cavemen, or when you go to the Natural History Museum in Manhattan, New York City, you see they've been there a long time, the woolly mammoth and the caveman, and then we see the Afghan traders, Persian warriors, Roman warriors, primitive tribes of Siberia, and so forth. We see a simulacrum of them, and there's a lot of space movies, dealing with that. There's a ship, and the mind takes that for what it is. So much of our reality already is, and it's freaky. And everybody has synchronicities, coincidences, precognitive experiences. A lot of, I believe scientists claim that mathematically you're going to have a certain amount of coincidences, and they explain it away. But I don't know. Have you had them? You've had synchronicities? Synchronicities in the simulacrum is interesting to me. Hollywood movies have tackled this, and they're interesting, definitely. You may have seen Vanilla Sky, Tom Cruise. I don't know if it's a Scientology construct, or a movie that's attempting to escapism, as all cinema is, attempting to escape. I almost think there's stages: asleep, awake, dreaming, and film, and now internet film, or internet-related media is another reality, even separate than live hypnosis. Films deal with hypnosis. So Vanilla Sky, you what's his reality? He calls for tech support. The 13th Floor, I think it was. I remember seeing that a long time ago, and people were actually coming to the theater door and shocked, because that was the bit. He transfers into other realities, and it's like So that's another one. The Truman one with Jim Carrey. Um, the Matrix, obviously being kind of a dystopian, but it's a, the desert of the real. What is real? Are you real? Morpheus, which I believe is the god of dreams, by Lawrence Fishburne, says to Neo, Keanu Reeves, what is real? The desert of the real, the Matrix, the fake world is preferable to knowing reality. How many of us have had our illusions shattered? So what's another one? The Truman. They live in a sense. Um, Roddy Piper's character wants to chew gum and shoot people. How does the line go? But the shades, the sunglasses, is how he sees the reality, that many people are in fact aliens. And when he puts the sunglasses on, he can see him. In a sense, Blade. There's the human world and there's the vampire world. So that's a little bit of a different theme, but it's like each is a different reality. And but now Musk has come out and said he believes, or he strongly suspects, that we are a computer simulation, a simulacrum. It's been a long time since I checked out Philip K. Dick's one on it, but it's, the Simulacrum is the title of one of his. Sorry, I forget what that one is about. But glitch in the system. I tend to believe that, and this is kind of a cop out, that both could exist. That there is a wonderful, natural, organic world made by God. That's in a sense calmer, slower, more organic and real. And the simulacrum, the fake world, exists as well. And now they're getting more into parallel realities, and that's electrons observed react in different ways. That's also, I don't know if that borders on nihilism or anti-religionism, anti-theology, but the universe is what comes to the mind of the observer. Talbot in the holographic universe is another one. And now that they find out more and more, we're just vibration, or everything is in a sense vibration. And if you had the ability to see it, nothing's truly solid, in a sense. And as I talked about in my semi-popular vlog about the Taoist and Yogi Masters in 2001 Space Odyssey, that is again allegedly something that the masters, the yogis, the Taoists, so forth, they can also detect, or not break, but circumvent law, or have a higher understanding of the scientific laws. I don't think they exactly break them. I think they have, through their training, which I just refer to as breathing, or some people do, they just have a higher understanding, that I've come to realize. Anybody who does Tai Chi, maybe even heavy into martial art or meditation and Qigong, you're going to know that in addition to the five senses, there's a feeling of energy. Qi is, and I think people of the East are a lot more aware of it. But it's an awesome thing to think about, and it's interesting that Musk is coming out with this theory, or claim. Do we live in a supercomputer, Are we a program that a much higher technological group of beings has created? It's pretty heavy. Um, I mean, you feel it when you watch films like The Matrix, the first one anyway, or any of them. You enjoy partaking in it, even if it's a dystopia, or even the new Blade Runner 2049, I believe is the title. Is the question is the robot man, the protagonist, is dismayed when he realizes his girlfriend, his love of his life, and he does love her, may have been an ad. um, it's heavy. It's heavy. But again, a lot of this speculation is in probably even among the scientist Musk himself, dabbling in escapism. The reality is we live in a real world where even if we are aware that walls are made of vibrational, that they're vibrations, that they're not really solid on the quantum level, you'd still hit your head on them. This is a new thing. This is increasing, and we're seeing it in the arts and the media, as what's his name says, McLuhan. The media is the message, and that certainly is true. Even now we're seeing. We used to flock to the theaters, and now you're streaming Netflix and chill or whatever the hell. So you're getting the media even faster, and you can even get more, and you're getting more into it. Your reality's changing. In the fact that you can binge watch. You can observe your characters, fantasize about them, and the aesthetics of it is more intense in its sense because of the duration, right? Fascinating. But yeah, check those type of escapism movies: Truman, Vanilla Sky, Matrix, maybe Westworld, the new one even more than the old one, maybe. Even the alternative worlds created by Star Trek and Star Wars is, a simulacrum that we choose to believe. In fact, many of us are now preferring the simulacrum to the real. Like the guy Cypher in Matrix. I guess this ties in as the third of my computers versus man. The flesh versus the software. Still, I think there is already a growing backlash in the sense of the spirituality versus technology. Is real as well. If this lecture vlog, if this rant is boring, I trust that you get some sleep, at least. It's at least as good as any ASMR. Alright, so let me know what you think. Am I behind? Has somebody countered Musk computer theory, or have you bumped into a glitch in the system? Have I triggered a glitch? Is synchronicities, deja vu, serendipity merely glitches in the program? Doesn't the African American woman of the kid bending the spoon warn Neo about that? There's one of the probably the most interesting conversation is between Trinity and Neo. It's like a technos. There's actually a book called Technos. It's really good. Where Trinity says, the Matrix is not going to be able to save you or complete you. And Neo says, well, can the Oracle? And she says, well, that's different. All through that, she's mostly the true believer until he transforms to the one or whatever. Or, I suppose. Moss, the actress Moss, I think she was. I mean, he's fantastic in it. The other actor's fantastic, but I actually thought she was the prime drive behind the popularity of the Matrix in a certain sense. I don't know why. She was maybe even as interesting as Neo. She's the Trinity or Morpheus. I don't know. They were a trio. They all three were interesting. Ramble. They live when he wears the shades. Yeah, so it's even within these sci-fi fiction and horror films. Hellraiser is one too. The cubism. Some guys have speculated that's a Saturn thing. They come into another world too. So there's a lot of that. That's another form of a different parallel world. Other one, when you meet your double, Captain Kirk and Spock way back, they met the evil versions of themselves in another dimension. So it's long been used, or the myth or the doppelganger. Do you have a double? It's even before the rise of technology, even before the medium was the message, it was, there's always been that there's a double. Anyway, my next vlog is going to be the follow-up on the James Shelby Downard Part 2, which nobody checked out either. And, yeah. Let me know what you think of the Musk. Let me know if I've triggered any synchronicities that caused you to Google Musk and check out and see if you found something out. Let me know if you found out if the Americans have the top quantum computer. Ramble. If anybody listens to this all the way through, you have concentration. And you've beaten this anyway, my friends. All right. Peace out. God bless you. Ciao.